Well, then, markets are crashing once again. The boomer markets are crashing. Ethereum's crashing. Bitcoin apparently Solana's up because, of course, Solana's. Everybody loves Solana these days, don't they? Nobody wants to buy old boomer Bitcoin, old boomer Ethereum, boomer NASDAQ. It's all about Solana now, baby. Anyway, we're going to talk about what's going on with the NASDAQ. We're going to talk about what's going on with the Ethereum ETFs. We're going to dive into Bitcoin. We got some altcoin stuff. We got a juicy episode, so we better hop straight into this conversation. And I know you're not going to believe it. You're not even going to want to hear it, but a major Bitcoin buy signal flashed today. I know. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes, so stick around for the good time. Shout out to everybody joining in the chat today. What is up? I see you guys. So, breaking, the S&P 500 falls 2.3% in biggest decline since December 2022. If you're around in December 2022, it's pretty nasty times. NASDAQ 100 plunges 3.6%. Worst day since October 2022. Tesla down 12%. Worst drop since September 2020. Yo. Oh, we're going down, guys. Over $1 trillion wiped out in value from the stock markets today. S&P 500 on track to post its first 2% plus daily decline in 361 days. This would end the longest streak without a 2% plus decline since 2007. Volatility is officially back. I know. We only talk about volatility when the price is going down. Price is going up. Nobody mentions the word volatility, do they? No, that's also volatility. Anyway. Markets, man. Markets. It's pretty crazy. Today was the worst day for the NASDAQ since 2022. So many people asking why Ethereum is going down despite the ETF launch. Well, the answer is right in front of your eyes. Pain and suffering. And NVIDIA is down almost 7%, which is one of the world's biggest companies now. Everything is going down, man. Gnashing of teeth, pulling of hair, panic in the streets. This guy, Jason, saying the NASDAQ composite's down more than 3%, but there's still more volume flowing into advancing stocks than declining ones. Over the past 40 years, more than 10,000 sessions has only happened once before. That was in July 1990. July. What is it with seasonality in markets? I tell you. Anyway, what's interesting, of course, is 1995 was sort of, we had a few years going into massive amounts of bullishness in the markets. Okay. Here is what everyone's freaking out about. Oh, it's got to get, it's not, but pay no attention to that 15% there, as we have to deal with the mega carnage in the market right now. The NASDAQ is down 8% after basically a nonstop rally from April right up until a few days ago, the 10th of July, and we peaked out at the new top of 20,639. The devastation, the madness. Although the NASDAQ's still up almost 16% this year, we had been talking that recently, of course, that these equity markets keep hitting new high after new high after new high after new high after new high. At some time, you got to pay the piper. At some time, there's going to be a correction. It's inevitable. That doesn't mean everything's going to zero, guys. Okay. Now let's talk real quick about the Ethereum ETFs, okay? So I want to share this guy's thought real quick too before we dive into that. He said, as I've said a few times, this really feels like late December 2020, just before the real bull market begins. While returns will continue to remain dispersed, we should start to see more breadth and life in the markets. Solana and AI will be the biggest trends. Memecoin super cycle likely persists on a total trading volume perspective, but expect returns to be much harder given oversupply of tokens. So 2020 vibes, man. I'm not sure quite December 2020. Maybe we're more like September or, you know what, mid-year 2020. Go back and look mid-year 2020. This price action is basically the same. I know we talked about that pretty extensively yesterday, so I don't want to go back there, but just to keep in mind, okay, we've been here before, we'll be here again. That's what goes on. $100 million liquidated in the cryptocurrency market in the past 60 minutes, because it was like an hour ago or something like that. So, you know, everybody getting gig along at the top, of course, and over leveraging and getting all crazy. Have a look here. Ethereum's down nicely, isn't it? I don't even feel like we really got to buy the rumor with the Ethereum ETF. So just kind of got to sell the news. Right back. The price of Ethereum's right back to where it was when the Ethereum ETFs were first announced. Is that a price that's currently accounting for billions of dollars of Wall Street inflow? I don't feel like it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, we've almost come down to touch the 200-day exponential moving average. Price still looking pretty weak at the moment. We have not found a bottom. Don't be here. You don't need to try to catch the bottom, okay? It'll form up. Watch for a bounce, okay? Don't go chasing the red candles down, all right? Okay. Be careful out there, guys. And on the back of this price going down, this almost $1 billion for spot Ethereum trading volume on second day of trading for these Ethereum ETFs. Daniel says, y'all are noobs. This pullback's nothing. Set in your hands and wait. It's just another pullback, man. It's pretty common stuff in the markets in case you're not paying attention. I think a lot of people are freaking out because the equity markets are pulling back. Yeah, you know, but equity markets pull back too. All markets pull back. All markets face corrections, okay? You're going to bet against the inevitable procession of non-stop growth of technology. Okay, have fun. Rock and roll, man. Let's refresh the page. I don't think we're going to get the BlackRock flows yet. No, we've not had the BlackRock flows yet. So yesterday, we ended up the total $106 million positive inflows into the Ethereum ETF products. Did you hear what I just said? We had $100 million positive inflows yesterday after almost $500 million of sell pressure from Grayscale. We still had $100 million come in. Today, we don't have the BlackRock numbers yet. We're currently 150 million down, but all BlackRock needs to do is bring in $150 million. Okay? And it'll be a wash for the day. Interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. Let's see. You know what? Even if they only get $100 million in BlackRock today, that's only $50 million outflow. It's nothing. These numbers are nothing. That's the point here. The market has every ability to absorb that pressure. And the great news, by the way, is that basically at this point, we have seen almost 10% of Grayscale's Ethereum Trust sold off in the first 2 days. Great. Keep that action up. Let's make it 25% by the end of the week. Screw wait and just do it. And then it's done with. And then we can start, once that bleeding stops or slows significantly, then all the inflows that are still there are going to start catching up to us. Okay. Hey, real quick, before we dive into the Bitcoin news, Bitcoin price action, real quick shout out to today's video sponsor, which is Apex Pro. So if you are looking for a way to trade on chain, no KYC, on chain from your wallet, you might want to check out Apex Pro. This is backed by Bybit. So it's a legit exchange with deep liquidity, large amount of trading pairs available here as well. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Avalanche, Pepe, all kinds of fun stuff for you to be trading over here. Now, currently, we have got an Ethereum long open here. Not too crazy. Let's see, pull up a little bit there. You can see that there we got an Ethereum long position open currently not looking good. But I've got a pretty low liquidation point on that, so I'm also not too worried about it. I can ride that out for a while, and if we get liquidated on our $250 there, this is for our 10K, 100K challenge portfolio. C'est la vie, but I don't think we're going to liquidate. I hope we're not going to liquidate on that one. You never know. Things get crazy, markets, but I feel like the liquidation price should be low enough. Anyway, it is super easy to trade over here on Apex. Have a look. We're going to do a quick long here for Bitcoin. We'll do a limit order 64,300. Let's do that. We're long from 64,300. And we'll just do about $70 there. That's a good size for the trade. And we're up. Now you can actually add a take profit and stop loss on this too. So take profit. We actually had our last trade go through successfully, by the way. So we got we won on that one. Remember, last week we opened up a trade about 64,500 with a sell price of 66,000, like 3x leverage or something. So we made a little bit of money there. Anyway, take profit point. We will do that at, let's just do 66,000 again. and we'll sell 100% of the position when that happens for an $18 profit on our $70 order there. So we'll see. We have to wait. Obviously, now we have to be patient. But if you want to check out Apex, you want to start trading on chain, link in the description. Go check it out. Thanks again to Apex for sponsoring today's stream. Now, let's talk about the price of Bitcoin, okay? So we got a buy signal, okay? And I know that right now, when the price is going down, you don't want to hear this kind of stuff. Gosh darn it, Lark. My portfolio's in pain. Nothing is good. Everything's just red and painful. My stocks are going down. My Ethereum's going down. My Bitcoin's going down. My Iggy Azalea Buttcoin is basically worth nothing now. Buttcoins, guys. Go watch out for Buttcoins. Okay. Anyway, we did get a buy signal on the hash ribbon indicator. Now, the buy signals on this are relatively rare. We don't see them very often. Let's watch how price action plays out over the next few days. That could get invalidated. It could be sort of false positive, right? Let's keep our eyes out. Bitcoin right now is heading into major area where I'd want to see a bounce happen at the 50-day and 100-day EMAs. If we dip down to this 61, 62 area, that's fine too. We can wick down there. Even one or two daily candle closes down there, fine. But if you don't recover that very, very quickly, that starts to become a bit problematic, okay? Two major areas of support. One here at the 50-day, 100-day EMA. Next one down here at 61, 62K. Okay? Okay. So, if you look back on the history of the hash ribbon indicator, it shows some pretty gosh darn interesting things. So, obviously, we're getting a buy signal right now. When was the last time we had a buy signal on this? Let's go back and have a look. When was the last time we had a buy signal? Right about here, huh? So, we had a buy signal all the way back here. There we go. That was in August 23, of course, great time to buy. Had you bought back then $28,000 or something like that, you'd be up 100% on your Bitcoin purchases. Go back here, another buy signal in January 23. At the time, Bitcoin is worth around $20,000. Had you bought at that signal, you would be up currently 200% on your Bitcoin. So look, it's one indicator. Okay, don't go betting the house on one indicator, okay, guys? But it is definitely interesting to see that it has had a lot of power in the past. Now, it's not to say we haven't had false signals from it before, but generally, a hash ribbon's buy signal is something to pay attention to. But again, let's just watch how the next few days play out. You got time, okay? The way the hash ribbons work, it doesn't mean that price is going to moon tomorrow. You got a few days, so you can spend a few days, see how things play out here, okay? It's crazy, of course, to see that flashing on a day when there's all this other chaos happening. Price of all the crypto assets are down. Price of the boomer markets are down. It's pretty crazy. Mt. Gox moved 37,000 more Bitcoin. Mt. Gox transferred another 50,000 Bitcoin over to Bitstamp, Kraken, and Bitbank. It's just going, man. They're flooding the market with this Bitcoin. Great. And what's interesting, again, I saw some more data from Kraken earlier, and there was no significant sell pressure that came in when people started getting their Bitcoin. They didn't rush for the exits. They didn't rush to sell. Cool. I'm happy to see that. Good job, Bitcoiners. DeFi Squared says a third of all Mt. Gox Bitcoin became available to trade on Kraken yesterday. Since the moment the price is up almost 1%. One of the most feared supply overkings in Bitcoin history, apparently turning out to be no big deal. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. By the way, update. I know you're all going to be wildly disappointed, especially Jesse. I know you were probably super excited about getting to see Kamala Harris come and, tell you that she has been unburdened by what has been. But let us not be unburdened by what has been. Whatever. Anyway, she's not coming to speak at Nashville anymore. Probably she figured, or whoever the intern was who even started having this conversation, probably figured that's going to be a hostile environment. You're going to get booed the entire time you're there. You should not go to this. Go somewhere where you're going to get a positive reception. Jesse says, lol, so relieved. I'm sure. Anyway, RFK Jr. and Donald Trump both still speaking at Bitcoin Nashville this week. Still going to be one heck of an event. So I got the FOMO. I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it. I wish I was there. Anyway, maybe next time. But this is going to be one for the record books for the Bitcoin conference. So pretty gosh darn cool. Hey, let's talk about this Bitcoin ETF flows real quick. So far, Bitcoin ETF flows for the day, 21 million out. However, again, BlackRock's always the last to report. We don't have BlackRock numbers yet. BlackRock only needs $20 million to make the day a wash. It's crazy. It's even crazier to think is that on Monday, we had $500 million of net inflows. 2 days later, where the buyers at, man? Where'd the buyers go? Come on. Everyone's getting, mega long at 67K or whatever and goes down to 64. I ain't buying that crap. Keep it classy, markets. Keep it classy. Hey, apparently Coinbase's asset management arm is creating a tokenized money market fund. That is pretty crazy. You have to understand, Coinbase has already they're working with USDC, Circle and USDC, and very deep relationship there. You can always make sure you get actual $1 with, zero slippage when you sell your USDC on Coinbase to cash out, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, these guys, they're bringing a tokenized money market fund into the crypto markets. How cool is that going to be? You can buy a money market fund from your crypto wallet now. It's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. You got to keep that real. And of course, this again brings trillions on chain long term, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month. In a few years, we're going to see trillions of money market fund money on chain. Crazy. Real quick as well, let's do a shout out to Base. Base, 10 million monthly active users now hit for the first time. And I know with markets doing whatever they're doing today, it doesn't feel like it, but man, people have showed up on chain in a way that has never happened in any previous cycle. Even in 21, it was mostly just DeFi BS where people were just farming Ponzi schemes and stuff like this and losing money and getting rugged left, right, and center. It was a magical time. Uniswap, stuff like that. But now we're seeing so much more happening. So it's really good. It's really good to see. Base, of course, is the big competitor right now to Solana. By the way, speaking of Base, Brett, I own Brett, by the way. It's one of my biggest holdings currently. If you want to see what I have in my portfolio, if you want to see what my private sale investments are, conflicts of interest, all that kind of stuff, you'll find my full portfolio disclosures in the description of the YouTube videos or on the pinned comment over on X. Now, there's also something else important there that I'd recommend you read, and that's the risk statement. Because guess what? As you might feel on a day like today, investing in crypto is risky. You can lose all of your money. Okay. Read the risk statement. Take it seriously. Okay. Tori asks, are your courses compatible for U.S. residents? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the biggest restrictions for U.S. people are where you can buy coins. But you've got Coinbase, you have Kraken. We actually have a separate section in the course with a Kraken tutorial showing you how to buy coins if you are in the USA. Okay, so yeah, our courses we've definitely thought about you guys. I know a lot more restrictions in the USA compared to a lot of other markets. We've definitely thought about you guys. So, okay. The meme coin space. I share this because it's funny, to be honest. I don't know. This girl's talking about smoking chicken fish. What is this? What insanity, what degeneracy is happening out there? And it's worth $8 million, man. That's even crazier. Dudes. I mean, look, I know there's a lot of great meme coins out there. We love our Pepe. We love our Brett, right? But there is some serious cray happening in the cryptocurrency markets, okay? And this blonde girl here, she's smoking chicken fish, man. What are you gonna do? Man, the amount of crazy degeneracy happening in the meme coin space right now is off the charts, and I love it. I do. But just, guys, be careful out there, okay? I was just reading a post before this that basically all the celebrity meme coins, all the rapper coins are down like 99%, and only like the biggest celebrity meme coins like Andrew Tate's daddy, Iggy Azalea's butt coin, they're only down like 75-80% from their highs. Yo, come on. There's some crazy stuff happening out in the Memecoin space, and you got to be careful. Smoking Chicken Fish is up to $19 million as of right now. Yeah, apparently one of the big Twitter influencers mentioned it or talked about it, so that probably caused everybody to run out and ape into it. It continues. It continues. The game of musical chairs, everybody trying to be the first to get in and the first to dump, and anyway. Juno says, do you think Miggles is really back? Miggles very explicitly, this is a cat coin on Base, very explicitly says they are not backed by Coinbase, okay? But it is connected to Coinbase insiders, like Coinbase team members or former team members are the ones who have launched that meme coin, apparently. So as always, meme coins are wildly risky. Most of them go to zero within a very short amount of time. So be careful, okay? Okay. Want to share this with you too. I thought it was pretty interesting. Is that only 3 applications of Web2 history have ever reached real adoption. Web3 history have ever reached real adoption for Web2. Poly markets now built on Polygon, by the way. So these are basically betting markets where you can, bet on the presidential elections, or like that. I think they had a market going last week. What was going to last longer, a head of lettuce or Joe Biden's presidency? This tells you the kind of high-level stuff you're going to find over on Polymarket. Right? But anyway, it's become very popular as a betting market for future prediction events. And of course, we saw Reddit avatars in the past, NBA Top Shot. We can also put in there some of the other big things like Chili's was quite popular for a while. It's still popular enough, right? But it's interesting that for all the crypto bullshit that's been built out here, we have not had very many major crossovers in Web2 land. It's all of us just speculating on what are the normies going to like at some point. And of course, we are kind of the normies at this point. We're all speculating on what other normies are going to want, obviously. But it's curious to see where people actually show up. And I'm still bullish on gaming. By the way, shout out to my gaming portfolio, which is like right now, okay? But one day, I believe we're going to get a killer game this cycle that's going to get people super stoked about gaming. It's going to go absolutely wild, and then everyone's going to ape into gaming more broadly. Fingers crossed. Let's hope that happens. Hey, real quick, check out the newsletter. It's awesome. You'll love it. Our 135,000 plus weekly subscribers love it, and I'm sure you will too. We cover all the latest, way more stuff than we go into here in the videos. Okay, so go check it out if you want to stay up to date with the latest happening in the crypto markets, meme coins, altcoins, DeFi, weekly tutorials, weekly airdrop guides, and much more. Check it out. Link in the description. So the time has come. I'm just going to keep the Bitcoin charts open over here so we can see what's going on. The time has come. Oh, remember to hydrate, guys. Water's awesome. Okay. That buy signal better save us all. Let's hope so. Lark, I'd put at least a 30 or Brett bag into Miggles. Not sure, man. Sounds like a lot of risk. I mean, I got all meme coins are risky, right? But yeah. Michael, normal correction. Yeah, so far, I have not seen anything to say this is like a catastrophic end of the market or anything like that. I think we're doing okay. And as a reminder, guys, I know I keep saying this. I'm like a freaking broken record when it comes to this, but until we either break under $52,000 or break over $72,000, we are essentially just ranging sideways. We've been doing that for months on end now. This is one of the periods of lowest volatility in the market history. Embrace it. Embrace the sideways action. Stop freaking out every time we go down a few percentage points. If we break under 52K, then we can talk. Okay, then we can say, hey, you know what? Shit's probably going to get pretty fucking gnarly around. Sorry, keep it PC. Things are probably going to get pretty gnarly around here. I got to remind myself of that when I'm talking around my kids. Don't need expletives every sentence. Anyway, things get pretty gnarly in that situation. And things will get pretty gnarly to the upside when we crack over 72K. But in between that is this chasm of, well, max pain, which, as we were saying months ago, max pain would be that the market basically was sideways for months, which is what's been happening. Anyway, we'll see how we go. If the NASDAQ goes down 20% tomorrow, which it's not going to, but if it did, yeah, then crypto would crash pretty bad and we'd be into a gnashing of teeth and pulling of hair kind of situation. Biblical stuff, guys. Biblical. I always love that line from the Bible. They use it so many times, gnashing of teeth and pulling of hair. And then, of course, you get to the end of the Bible, and the multi-headed monsters come down and eat everybody. That's some scary stuff, man. Anyway, we're getting off topic. Great book if you haven't read it, by the way. Okay. Recession next, Lark? No, I don't think we're quite there yet. I could be wrong. I'm not a recession expert. Definitely, we've seen a slowing down. We've done videos on this. We've definitely seen a slowing down in a lot of U.S. economic data. Not recession levels yet. We'll see. We'll see. Definitely be keeping an eye on all these things, okay? We'll be making lots of videos about these kind of things for you guys. Should I sell my $55 bags of Sol? Well, I have no idea what you should do with your money. If it were me and I was sitting on well in profit bags of Solana, if it were me, I did not get a good entry on Solana. Why didn't I do that? Because I'm a stubborn bastard. That's why. I was looking at Solana at $20, like, nah. Should have sold, I don't know, taken a loan against a Bitcoin or something, bought a whole bunch of Solana. I did not do that. However, if I were in such a situation, dude, Solana has been the strongest or one of the strongest coins of the cycle. I would expect that's going to continue, assuming the cycle continues as we hope it's going to, as we predict it's going to, as our models show us is likely to do, and anything can happen. I don't have a crystal ball. My guess is that probably goes way higher. Again, one of the strongest coins in the market right now. So that's my opinion if I had such a situation going on. Lark, not stressed at all. I have about $2 million in ETH. My man, what's up? In some weird way, enjoying these temporary price drops. You know, when you get used to the market, it's all good. Yeah, whatever. Things are down today. Who cares? None of this stuff's going anywhere. That's what I always think when there's a big correction in the market, much like with tech, right? None of the tech stuff's going anywhere. None of the crypto's going anywhere. I mean, okay, a lot of the altcoins are going to zero, but I'm saying the technology, the big coins, your Solana, your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, a few other top blockchains, some of the top memes, that stuff's not going. Dogecoin's still going to be around in a while, man. You know? It's Dogecoin. Come on. Recession, we are currently in it. What are you talking about? There's a lot of nasty economic figures out there, particularly in the property markets right now. The inflation's bad. There's a lot of problematic things going on in the economy. There's no doubt about that. But inflation has come back down. Okay. So we've seen that. That's a positive thing. Does that mean that inflation can't go back up? Of course not. Does that mean we couldn't see a war in the Middle East break out or gosh knows what? Oil prices go surging? Who knows? Okay. Anything can happen. But I think for the average person, though, in America in particular, and depending which country you're in, of course, some countries are officially in recessions. Quite a few major economies around the world are officially in recessions or have come out of short recessions. They had short recessions that came out. But global liquidity indexes going up, M2 money supply going up, rate cuts coming in the USA. Assuming that rate cut is not done in a recession, historically, non-recessionary rate cuts have been bullish catalysts for the market. Okay, that's where I'm thinking. Look, guys, I want to remind everybody, I am balls deep in the market. Okay, and when I'm wrong spectacularly. And if I get to be right, then I get to be right spectacularly. And you know, I have my models, I have my opinions, I have the things that I think are going to happen. We talk about that all the time here on the channel. But at the end of the day, my risks are not your risks, and you guys need to make your own decisions about how you're going to deal with any sort of investments, right? We're sharing opinions. We're having fun here, okay? Meet Kevin saying it's bearish till after the election. You know, I wouldn't even mind if things just kind of stagnate till the election. Great. And then what? The election happens November 5th. Boom. End of year rally. Market tops March, April 25. Get out, walk away, come back 18 months later and buy the bottom. Go lay on a beach somewhere for a while, guys. Yes, we have the Bitcoin conference this week, and we could see a big news announcement from the Bitcoin conference. But I think a lot of that might be a bit priced in. Don't know. We'll see. I mean, if Donald Trump really says they're going to start adding Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset, politicians say a lot of stuff to get elected, guys, and they definitely will pander to the crowd, right? But if enough Silicon Valley money has truly gotten behind Donald Trump and they make him do it, oh, dude, no one's bullish enough. It becomes the ultimate game theory of Bitcoin, which would be just because we've been talking about this stuff for years on the channel. That the game theory is eventually going to play out, that eventually central banks will be forced to add it as a strategic reserve asset. It'll start with small countries, it'll go to big countries. Never in my wildest dreams would I imagine that America would be one of the first big countries to do it, but probably Russia's already been doing it, or to some extent. I know Russia has been passing like Bitcoin miner bills and stuff like that, and they could just secretly be stacking. Same with China. China doesn't really share exactly how much gold they have. Everybody basically assumes China probably has 2 or 3 times as much gold as they're publicly stating that they have. Russia probably the same. What's to say these guys aren't just saying, you know what, just as in case, let's just get some Bitcoin here too. Would it really be so crazy? It's the big game. Lark, your take profit points seem to have grown more conservative. My take profit points are still relatively the same. $140 chain link, $15,000 Ethereum, potentially as high as $215,000 Bitcoin. Okay, those are kind of still my top market targets, but I'm really watching for the top signals to come in, right? Those are fun numbers. I like to throw out fun numbers. At the end of the day, fun numbers are just fun numbers, okay? I don't want to get wedded to this, like, I've got to go to that or I'm not selling a penny. No, you're getting in trouble that way. Okay, we hope it goes there. If it doesn't, and we see the signals coming to the market before then that the cycle's over and it's time to get out, well, then that's something to pay attention to. But yeah, I have been thinking more about the idea that we could see the market cycle top out earlier than expected. Now, what's interesting, and I think about the pi cycle top indicator in particular, and we were talking about this yesterday again, but just worth repeating. I think it's such an important point that the pi cycle top indicator in 2021, it flashed, and you know what? Let's just bring the damn thing up. Why don't we just do that, huh? Let's go over here. Let's bring it up. Let's go into look into bitcoin.com pi cycle top indicator. There she be. Let's bring it up on screen. Ta-da. Okay. So let's zoom in here back to 21 right there. So you can see, here we go. The pi cycle top indicator flashed on, come on, there we go. 11th or 12th of April. And then 2 days later, the price topped out at $63,000. Okay. So then the price of Bitcoin corrected very shortly thereafter. Here's the thing. You could have sold your Bitcoin at $63,000 in April of 21. You could have sold all your altcoins within the following 2 weeks, not the day of Bitcoin tops. Historically, cycles have shown that altcoins will top about 7 to 12 days after the Bitcoin top comes in, maybe 3 weeks after, but you have basically 2 to 4 weeks to sell all your altcoins. Had you simply just sold everything and walked away at that particular point, you would have been fine. You didn't have to be around for that secondary rally up to 69K. I know, yeah, we got the rally up to 69K and ETH went up to 4,800 and stuff, but man, you could have just sold then and walked away and would have been totally fine. You would have missed out on what? 10%, not even 10%, 8% gains for Bitcoin for holding down 50% and all the kind of other craziness that ended up happening. And that was early in the cycle. That was in April. So that, in a way, broke the 4-year model. Now, only because we had this El Salvador news, everybody got super excited, Bitcoin's coming legal tender, et cetera, et cetera. We had this massive rally based on that primarily. And then when it happened, basically the day of or the day after, the bear market started. Prices started going down. I don't know, altcoins still boomed for a few weeks after that. And even into early 2022, we still had money being made on NFTs and stuff like that. But that was really the beginning of the end. So food for thought, right? Food for thought. If we get a 21 style cycle, then maybe that's how things end up playing out. Again, just food for thought. We have to watch and see what actually plays out in the markets versus are crystal ball predictions. They're being made months in advance, right? Hold your Solana until $1,000. That'll make you patient. It'll help you avoid overtrading. Oh my gosh, I'm like 10 minutes behind the chat. I gotta catch up. Okay. Coin has been pretty solid. Big coin fan. The biggest coin fan, the best. No, I love my coin. Got a big pile of Coinbase stocks. Okay. It's probably like a quarter of my stock portfolio or something like that. And if it goes up as high as I think, then it's going to be like 60% of my stock portfolio by the end of the cycle. And I will sell it all, hopefully for $1,000. That would be great, market gods. And then I'm going to take all that money, just get a big bag and just think about it to my face. No, I'm going to take all that money. And we're going to be responsible adults with it. Okay, guys, we're going to put it into serious stuff. We're going to put it into dividend stocks. Okay. Yeah. Dividend stocks, ETFs, property ETFs. Boring. Super boring. 5-6% a year APY though. Huh? Not bad, right? That's the plan with the Coinbase money. Take that tech stock money, high risk, turn it into something hopefully more valuable long term, or let's say not more valuable, let's say less volatile long term. Okay. Where are we up to next? Are you investing in Lumia? I see you talked about. I've talked about so Lumia, the Orion rebrand. We've talked about actually a few times here on the stream. Done a few tweets and stuff. So I have invested via an OTC deal with the team. That's vesting over some months and stuff like that. So I have got it. I am invested in Lumia, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully the rebrand goes well and the use case gets traction in the market. I'm optimistic. We'll see. That's why I invested. But we'll see how it plays out. So yeah, we've talked about them a few times. We'll talk about them again, share more news on what they're doing in the future. $10,000 Ethereum seems a little far-fetched. Interesting. I don't think so. I disagree. $10,000 Ethereum is only basically, 110% over the previous all-time high with ETF inflows coming, all that kind of stuff. Now, nothing is certain in markets, okay? The 3.618 Fibonacci line for Ethereum takes us up to $15,300 or something like that. It's not to say it's definitely going to happen. Although last cycle, we literally got within like $2 or $3 or something. It was ridiculous of the 3.618 Fibonacci line. So we'll see. But I don't think $10,000 Ethereum seems far-fetched at all. I mean, unless Ethereum, it's not that crazy. It's what, a 200% gain from its current price? That's not crazy, man. That's not crazy when the market gets cooking. When the market gets cooking, things get real crazy real fast. That's smoking chicken fish money right there. You got to give it to the meme coins, man. At least this shit's funny, right? I mean, who thinks up this crazy crap? Smoking chicken fish. I'm not smoking chicken fish advice, okay, guys? That's just some ridiculous, hilarious stuff I saw on the internet today. Let me see. Yeah, I know, Adam. It feels like that sometimes. Like, finally something is happening. And what? Stock stump. Classic. Yep, still got my Benji bag. Still a fan of Benji. Still the good boy of Base. I am a marketing ambassador, by the way. But look, I had a big bag of Benji before that happened. So I'm still pretty excited about their potential as a meme coin on Base. And I think when we get more traction for Base, something like an OG dog meme has potential. Do a couple more here, guys, and we'll finish up. Raise the shave line, sideburns are too patchy. I know. I need to go and get a haircut. It's on the list of things to do for next week. Lark, the market's waiting for you to get a haircut. Lark, you think Asia wakes up and says Mount Gox, NASDAQ, and said, nope, maybe. But it's all noise, guys. It's all short-term noise. I'm not too worried about any of this stuff. How low do you think this dip is going to take Ethereum? Well, we were talking the other day, and let's just bring up the chart here for it, I guess. We were talking about this yesterday, actually. Where could the lowest level, I would like, who knows, right? But where would the lowest logical level be if the sell-off gets even worse for Ethereum based on what we're currently seeing? And I think that'd be around the $2,800 level. We've seen huge support right in this level for Ethereum. So let's see. Right now, we're looking for the 100-day EMA to hold, but that would be the lowest I would hope to see it go if we get a further sell-off for Ethereum in particular, okay? That's just my opinion. Will ETH bounce back? Yeah, it's just a question of when. Remember, we talked about this yesterday, but to break it down a bit more for you, when the Bitcoin ETF launched, we saw the price drop 20% in the following 2 weeks as we dealt with the grayscale outflows, the sort of hangover effect of people, oh, it's finally here. It's not such a big deal, blah, 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 blah. But then the inflows really started to have an impact. And we saw the price of Bitcoin go from $38,000 to $74,000 in a 6 weeks period, largely due to the massive inflows coming to the ETF products. Will we see something similar play out for Ethereum? Possibly. So let's check back in 2 months and see if that was the case or not. This channel is more boring than George's, which is saying a lot. I guess I need to get some, I don't know, some flashing lights in the background or something. Play some music. I don't know, get a couple of dancers behind me. Is that going to fix the situation for you? Christian says, you rock, Lark. Thanks. Love your channel. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Lark, if Chainlink was $140, ETH was $15,000, all the other top 100 alts also be flying. I mean, yeah, of course, we're going to see huge amounts of excitement in the markets. Avalanche is going to be a few $100s at that point. Solana is going to be $1,000. We're talking peak market prices if it plays out, right? If it plays out, peak market prices, yeah, it'll be absolutely insanity. And guess what? No one's going to want to sell. Huh? No one's going to want to sell. When Ethereum gets to $15,000, Link gets to $140, no one's going to want to sell. Nope. Everybody's going to want to just, yeah, it was 15K, but it'd be 20K tomorrow. What? Chainlink's 140 is going to 200. And then you don't sell. And then the bear market comes. And then everything goes down 90%. Well, the good ones go down 80 to 90%. Okay. Your butt coins, okay, they go down 99.999999999%. They will reach new depths and new lows that you'll never even thought possible. They'll go so low, they're going to go negative. You're going to owe Iggy Azalea money. It's going to go so low. I'm picking on Iggy's butt coin. I think it's actually quite funny, but perspective, guys. You will take your profits. The market will take them for you, okay? We're not quite at that get the heck out of the market stage. We're a bit of ways away from that. I don't know how long it's going to take necessarily. Like I said, maybe we see it March and April. We'll keep an eye out. We're going to watch for those top signals to start flashing. We don't have them right now. We have a lot of fear in the market. We have a lot of uncertainty in the market. Everybody's afraid of recession. Everybody's afraid everything's going to go bad. Oh, stock markets are down. What's going to go on with the elections, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you can't fight the money printers. Global M2 is increasing. China is printing money. Liquidity index is on the rise globally. More countries are cutting interest rates. The ECB is cutting interest rates. A lot of other major economies are cutting interest rates. China just cut interest rates yesterday. The United States is next, probably going to happen in September. Okay, and as long as there's not a horrific recession on at the time, then it's probably going to be a bullish catalyst for the market, along with US presidential elections, all the other stuff. So that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm betting on, right? Happening. So hopefully it all plays out like that. Guys, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate you, and I'll see you back for the next one. Peace.